Hi, my name is Emmy Reed. I've had the opportunity of being the Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation's intern for this summer, and I've gotten to work with Chris and Kelsey as my preceptors, and I'm excited to get to tell you about my time there. So, like I said, I work with Chris, he's the executive director, and Kelsey, she's the director of development. I also work with Guadalupe. She actually was a former intern as well as a former scholarship recipient. So that is really cool getting to work with her and see everything come full circle. So, our mission is to promote the highest quality education in Springdale schools by supporting the teaching process, providing additional educational resources, and engaging in a broad base of community support. So, our target population are the children of Springdale, and 70% of these kids are on free and reduced lunch, and there are over 60 languages spoken in the Springdale school systems. So, it just really shows how diverse this population is and how underserved this is and how much this is needed. So, let me tell you about a little bit what I've been working on during my time at my internship. So, a main thing that I've been doing is updating the website to make it more cohesive and interactive and visually appealing. I've embedded a Google Calendar to where you can add events from our calendar to your calendar. I wanted our pages to contain up-to-date information and links. So, on our homepage, all of our data has been updated to reflect our 2024 numbers. And then we wanted our website to be easy to use. So, the competency and sub-competency areas that I've worked on are select appropriate communication channels and technologies for the audience and using digital media to engage with the audience. Another thing I've gotten to work on is making social media content. So we want it to engage with the audience while it still promotes our mission statement. And so I got to create a social media campaign for their upcoming duck race. It's the largest duck race in all of Arkansas. Over 5,200 ducks are raced in Walter Turnbow Park, and the 10 winning ducks win a $1,000 grant for a school or teacher of their choice. So, as you can see, I have a few posts up, but not all of them, so keep your eyes peeled. So, the competency and sub-competency areas I've met during this is identify factors that facilitate and hinder communication. So, for example, whenever I was making the reels of scholarship introductions, I made sure I had subtitles on just to make sure that anyone who was in public or that didn't have access to audio would still be able to get the information. I developed communication materials using multimedia. A lot of the posts I've made have been in Canva. Use current and emerging communication trends. So, again, using these reels, AI generated images, and then assess reach and dose of communication using tools. So, the Instagram Insights has been extremely helpful for this, seeing what people like, what they don't like, what they interact with, and what's catching their eye, what's not. And then another thing I've been working on are these scholarship spotlights. So we wanted to develop a storytelling narrative for the why behind the scholarships. And we wanted to translate a lot of this information from Chris's brain into information on a page because that's where most of this information resides. So, the competency and sub-competency areas I've met doing this are develop persuasive communications and then deliver written communication aligning with professional standards. So, it's really important because this is an Instagram post, to keep it short and sweet, but to still have that storytelling narrative and have it written well. So, benefits and skills gained. I now have experience with WordPress, which is the site we use to build our website. I now have better professional interpersonal skills. I feel like my creativity has been able to just run wild. I have a lot more confidence in creating social media posts and content. I have knowledge of how a nonprofit organization operates, and I was given a ton of networking opportunities thanks to Chris and Kelsey taking me to meetings with them and introducing me with the community of Springdale. Some things that the foundation has gained, they have a lot more organization now, not only just physical, like filing, but also virtual content and documents. Everything in Canva is now in a folder and sorted. We have a Google Drive where everything is in folders and sorted, and that actually goes down to that bottom point of the past and future intern informations and instructions and materials. Everything's been consolidated into a single Google Drive. And then, of course, they also have updated website and social media pages. So, if you're thinking about applying, you definitely should. Chris and Kelsey are looking for someone who has strong organizational skills, someone who's creative, someone who has a self-motivated work ethic. This one's really important because I was given a lot of freedom to initiate the work that I wanted to do. And then they also want someone who has collaborative skills, so being able to be independent and work on your own, but still working well with a team. They'd prefer someone with marketing and event planning interests, someone who wants to do a ton of different things because we do something different every day. And then, of course, someone who wants to have fun in the workplace. So, here is their contact information as well as the address and our website. Again, I can't stress this enough. If you are thinking about applying, you definitely should. I've absolutely loved my time there. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about SPSEF, and thank you so much for listening.